Mood is a complex thing, and it is not governed by logic or sciences. And it is very possible for ambiguities or any kind of rubbish to creep into the conversation. Let us know in the comments if you feel we are going there and we should change our trajectory. Since this is an exploration, please take anything shared with a pinch of salt. Things are not yet confirmed, and the exploration is more important than the information. Now, coming to today's topic of happiness sum. Happiness is sometimes thought of as singular. Either we are happy or not, and expected to be achieved by constructs like money, success, political power, or spirituality. Somebody who is in business might be allured by the goal of becoming the richest man on earth and hence becoming happy. A politician might seek to collect as much influence as possible and being the most powerful person on the earth. Somebody in spirituality might assume that enlightenment is the key. If only that were to be had, all suffering would disappear. What we are proposing is a bit different. We hypothesize that happiness is not one thing, but it is made of many things. And thereby, it is not a good idea to keep optimizing or keep pushing on just one tool. What is better is to run a full diagnostic and understand where are we lacking. Happiness can be seen as having two main components, like the two wheels of a bicycle. Riding a bicycle on just one wheel is not only difficult and tiring, but can be damaging to the cycle itself. Hence, improper effort in this journey might lead to more suffering and more damage than we expect. We are naming these two wheels as the biological and the social. And we are also saying that the main drive is with the biological wheel and the front, the direction, is with the social. Now we all are familiar with the aspects of the social wheel. Money, relationships, and spirituality can be categorized as the main constituents. And we hypothesize that they take 30 to 40% of human happiness. Now, people who are deeply rooted in spirituality might like to disagree with it. They would think that enlightenment is the ultimate thing and would solve all the problems. I'm not enlightened. And but my question is, how many people do you know in your circle who are enlightened? Or how do we truly know what is going on in the minds of people who are? So I would still like to put it in the social wheel and maybe assign a weightage of 10% to 15% each. Now, coming to the biological bracket, it's an old saying that health is the true wealth. Health has been considered as a wealth, but not been very consciously put into the happiness category. Until recent past, most people lived in nature. Now, not only have they come away from it, but we are very actively destroying our natural environments. Our bodies have evolved and developed to be in sync with nature, and now that connection is missing. Before, people were in sync with nature and their biological bracket was fulfilled, so there was no need to think about it. They would pursue the social bracket in terms of money, relationships, or spirituality, and it would make them happy. So is not the case anymore. The biological domain is depleting fast and is a big space of lacking. Biological deficiencies are many, but I would like to bring attention to three of them: germ deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, and high ambient CO2. Our gut feeling has much more to do with the germs in our gut than our thoughts or human cells. Our gut flora has been depleting very fast, is on the verge of extinction. It's expected that the modern human has 75% less gut flora than the ancients or the tribal people. The impact of vitamin D deficiency on one's mood is profound. It is a very well established scientific fact of the link between depression and vitamin D deficiency. It is expected that up to 90% women in urban areas and 70% of men in urban areas are deficient in vitamin D. Maybe that's one of the reasons why women are more prone to depression than men. Another thing is the ambient carbon dioxide level. We talk a lot about presence of oxygen, but what about the presence of carbon dioxide? Our bodies are designed in such a way to survive and thrive in 200 to 600 ppm of carbon dioxide. More than that is physiologically unhealthy and also leads to anxiety and confusion. Now, in many urban areas, the ambient CO2 levels have reached to 1000 to 10,000 ppm. Here I would like to ask you a question. If so much of our mood is to do with these three things, if the extinction of our gut flora is leading to extinction of our gut feelings, if the deficiency of vitamin D is leading to depression, and if high CO2 levels are leading to anxiety and confusion, does it make more sense to fulfill these? Or should we be going to chase after having more money, having more in relationships, or going to one more class in mindfulness? Think about it. We are doing quite well in the social construct, so there isn't much to achieve for many of us. Pushing there more would not bring more returns, it would only lead to a burnout. Do you remember how you used to study in exams, but if you're already scoring, let's say 95%, pushing for two more is only going to bring it takes a lot of effort and only brings more burnout. Now, many of us are doing well in the social construct. Trying to increase it, optimize it, will not bring more returns. In fact, it can only bring some kind of burnout, whereas the biological domain is depleted by 50 to 70%, and even making a small effort there can bring high returns. So shouldn't we be focusing on that? Now, some of you might feel an urgency to know all of it right now. I invite you to go to the Moodforest website to understand more. The bicycle analogy can help us decipher why things like money, relationships, and power can become addictive. An addiction is that which seems to be solving the problem, but not really doing so. Simultaneously, it brings dependency and damages. Now, if you are in a hurry to understand it all, please go to the website. Also, maybe the social media algorithms will not sense stuff like this. So if you want to continue on this exploration with us, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Try doing your happiness sum and let us know how you fare these days. We are building an online calculator, but until then, you'll have to move with your presumption. In the next episode, we are going to talk about a bit more basic stuff. The existence and dharma itself. Maybe after understanding that more, it will make sense to dive deeper into biohappiness. Thank you for your attention. Namaste.